All right. It seems that we are online on both YouTube and Twitch. Hey, it's Saturday, all right? Let's see that we get. How should I do this? I need the tablet. Oh my god. Just some random noises. Alright. Let's have it this here. Ooh! Moo! Good day, Holadian, or good morning, or good day, how do you want to see it? Oh my god, let's turn the volume down a little bit. I was a messy boy. I didn't get to clean the whole kitchen before I started the stream, so you need to bear with it. But today, I'm a little bit more prepared than the last time. Now I have a recipe, which I hope you can see. Alright, you can see. This was something which I started to think. Iguana, when I got this recipe, it was a dill pickle soup. So is it that the pickle is pickled with dill? Because from the recipe itself there was parsley, but there was no dill. Hey, IRL, mother of God. Pretty boy. Alright. First of all, we need to kind of take care of this mess. But nevertheless, I added the dill in there. Oh. And now I just need to set up myself somehow. Put that in there. Maybe it works. Let's have a little bit more of coffee. So yeah, recipe is there, and then there's the instructions. As lazy as I am, as a chef, I do have quite easy instructions. We usually have it in the pickles. I waited for that one. Apukuski, are you preparing a dill dough? This is a recipe which I got from Iguana. From Iguana, a dill pickle soup, which I started to ponder that it would be nice if it kind of is a base for a fish soup with that little difference that it is made in meat broth instead. So we are going to play some OSRS today. We are gonna make some dill pickle soup, not dildo. I'm sorry. Though, oh my god, I don't want to get started with the sourdough and whatnot. It would be so nice, but ooh, what a chore. Worms. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, I can see the YouTube chat right now. So how's everyone's Saturdays? How are we doing? I'm getting a little bit better from time to time. It's a little bit sad. Sad not to have had the energy to stream that much. For example, in the Thursday, I made a full day. Full day of. I had quite easygoing morning, and when I made the announcement that I ain't going to be streaming today, I made some food. I cleaned a little bit, and now the kitchen is already like this. I had a little jog, and obviously all of the things which I've kind of like procrastinated away, I needed to deal with those. It's kind of like funny thinking that before, but after my sister's passing away, I had so much energy. Maybe that was the initial having my creatine shake. All right, have you been doing any better, Palladian, with your partner stuff? So it's like the back to normal, just old. That's good. Yeah, in a way, thinking that maybe I'm as a person, I do love to ponder about stuff, even well. What is and why is, and I think that maybe the first kind of reaction for me, hell yeah, let's put all of my positivity into these few months, and then boom. But I don't complain. Life hasn't been that bad, in a way. What bothers me personally the most is the fact that having to deal with the stuff which I thought a few months back I could handle at the same time as I'm streaming and doing the 3-day streaming week, and now kind of like getting back doesn't mean anything. It's just for me personally a little bit waiting not to have the time for the stream. Life goes on, and this too shall pass. Right, I think we are just about there. What the hell is this? Oh my god, it's stuck everywhere. let's have the same concept as last time. Making food, talking about stuff. I don't know, the way I usually do my soups. We might have some time to play OSRS at the while we wait. The thing is that my setup is here, and when I go back to computer, then yeah, there's not going to be any chance for me to speak, so those are going to be quite short breaks to play. Alright, so, as you can see, the recipe is right behind me. And I took a little certain freedoms in how we are going to make this said dill pickle soup. First of all, I have some old cabbage on my fridge, so I need to utilize that. I thought that it could go quite well with everything, or with the ingredients that are on this, nevertheless. And as Iguana said a little while back, that usually their pickles are pickled in dill brine. So the same stuff, or I have the same stuff. I have it just a little, because these are sold in a vat in a local supermarket. I didn't get the brine itself, so I'm gonna add some, unfortunately, dried one into this. And yeah, let's start little by little. I'm gonna take the recipes. I didn't have any amounts there, so you can kind of I'm gonna talk this through meanwhile we are preparing. So I have the iguana's original recipe in here, so I have the amounts. But yeah, let's start. Because every home recipe usually has the amounts, and if it is a home recipe, then you kind of know what are the amounts. If you say like 3 to 5 potatoes, for example, what size of potatoes they are? Are they like your fists, or are they small, like the new potatoes in Finland? This is a Hey Golty, it's going quite well. It's going quite well. I'm alive. How's your streaming setup for the IRL? You have OBS running on computer and probably a phone as your camera. My setup. My setup is this. I have the same camera, but I have a 10-meter cord, which I, for now, put into USB hub. I have the microphone set up onto the table, and just a sec. The webcam is just placed with the leg on to the, you know, controller. What's the word? Kokkiliveä havaittavissa. Joo, vähän kokeillaan skupperi, kuin tässä käy. Eli tää on meikäläisen toinen kokkilive. Ensimmäinen meni tosi, mites sen sit sanois, harjoitellessa. Ei minkäännäköistä plääniä. So now we are a little bit more prepared for the stream than the last time. Let me put my mod view is here, because I don't think we need now the tablet itself, and I don't need to. Well, I can look at myself. So I can take my phone away if I need it. Yeah, and at the same time for Skupperi, we are trying our best to play OSRS at the same time as well, because we are making a soup. So I don't know, maybe we have some good 30 minutes in somewhere so we can run back to the computer. But afterwards, that's what's happening. I'm going to do my Dragon Slayer 1, at least, on the stream. That is my last 3 quests, which I need to do. So how are you, Golty? How is everyone else? How's your Saturday? Oh, alright, that's not my concern. Let's put that there. So for how much soup do we really want? Because kind of like the main ingredient in this dish is going to be the pickles. We are not going to want to have an excessive amount of everything else. But if we go with iguanas, kind of like the measurements that he sent me was that it is 5 potatoes. But our 5 potatoes are quite small. So we are going to add it up. What's with being alive at the moment? You've been sick or something? For Apokuski, I am mainly unemployed. And let's go with 4 and 8. 8 potatoes is good. It's just been a rough patch in my whole personal life. My sister passed away 6 months ago. Younger sister. Passed away, so it's been kind of like having to deal with all the stuff which is happening on my personal life right now, as I am entrepreneur, as a kind of like side hustle, you know, sivutoiminen yrittäjä. So there's a lot of hassle going on in there, and at the same time, when I started the streaming stuff last December, I was filled with energy. I wanted to go and do the streaming stuff, and I'm still trying to do it with the best I can. With the best I can. So it hasn't been the easiest patch of my life to find motivation, to find a will to do the stuff which is necessary. So we are going to go with 8 potatoes, and the recipe was 3 carrots. I'd assume it was 3. These are quite, let's say, medium. So we are going to go with that. Yeah. Thanks for the condolences. It is not something I want to. It is what has happened in my life, but it is not something which I just want to linger in and be here just to talk about my dead sister. it is, just so that I can be, because when I started my streaming, I have a key principles that I want to do, and kind of like the first key principle for me is that I just want to be as transparent as I can. So whatever it is, if it is something stream related and in that way related to my life, I want to just know what is going on with my life. Set aside all the kind of like personal stuff. You know, we all kind of know if we are streaming or making content, is that what do you really want to bring forth to the people? And well, as an example, it is not a good idea to talk about your mother's maiden name, the pen behind your Visa card, but if people can see when you are upset, people can feel the energy that okay, Higgs doesn't have all of the energy that he used to have. So what is the reason for that? And I want to be transparent in those things. So 3 carrots. Then we have some leek and pickles. On the recipe it said that there would be 10 pickles. So I took the creative chef choice once again, because these are quite big and I have 5 of them. 4 of them. So I think we are going good with 4 of these. How's the game dev hustle going at the moment? It is, I could say it's the same as the all work as it is, you know, the whole job hunting. We are in a good spot. I could say I'm personally in a good spot with all of this stuff which is going on in my life. We are doing certain project which unfortunately I cannot. I cannot talk about that much. Could you? How can you? Why can't you?
Game music at its best, 24 hours a day. You're listening to the RP Gamers Network Radio.
Just get this. No, I want to chat. Give me chat. There's the chat. So yeah, the game dev itself, we are, or all the junior devs, I can't say all, but I'm really afraid of the job opportunities, at least in Finland. There hasn't been that much, so basically the way to go in Finland is that either you get to indie startup to make a certain project, which is quite a risk, or then you just have your portfolio set, you get to know the people from the industry and get a chance to in a larger gaming company such as Remedy or Supercell or whatnot. Classified. That's cool. In a way, you could say so. It is not in my principles that I don't want to kind of talk about matters which aren't set in stone, you know? I'm gonna need that, but I'm going to need that later. Yeah, the job market is what it is. But I've seen that it is quite global phenomena. There are a few. Yeah, I do agree with Apokus. It has been really long time. Kind of like when the pandemic bubble bursted, then all the layoffs started, and kind of the way how I see it personally is that there are. I'm not saying that there aren't. I'm just going to turn around the potato clubs. God, why did someone do this? God, blame Hakes for this. The way I see it is that there are jobs. Yes, there are. But the problem is that those who have just graduated are kind of like in disadvantage because they do not have the same experience as those people who have been whatever industry it is. But for all the people that have been laid off, they usually have more experience than those who have just away from the studies. So when you apply for a job, if it is not a job which goes hand in hand with your degree, let's say for me, as I'm an engineer of ICT, it's really, let's say, hard to get a job, even from McDonald's or or from a grocery store, because you are over-educated. But when you go and apply to a job which is closest to your degree, then there are those people that have been laid off in the time span of 5 years. And then you have to compete against people that have 5 or 10 years of experience in that same job. Flipping burger mastery unlocked? Yeah, that would be nice. I wouldn't say no to go and put some fries to the bag. It's not what I want to do. Those potato gloves, you should order a few with eggs embossed on them and sell them. Yeah, this is for Apokuski because you're from Finland. I don't know if you can hear me that well. Just gonna quickly grasp. Good. Pause, please. So yeah, there are many people. Yeah. Many people who have asked me when I want to kind of like monetize my Twitch or to have to go to the affiliate. And as you know, if you have been if you have been with the unemployed office or have had some things to do with them, so you have been unemployed or something like that, I cannot. The risk for me to put, let's say, Twitch on affiliate, they could then have the idea, because I would be gaining some kind of revenue from Twitch. So it doesn't matter if it is euros or cents, they could see me as a full-time entrepreneur because I stream on Twitch. It doesn't matter what is the money, it matters that there is a possibility of money. So then they are interested about how many hours you put into this and whatnot. Maybe this. Clang, 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 clang. So next time, take everything what you need. There we go. So, a few things. So, as I do have... Oh my god, I need to open the panel once again. Oh! We do have the recipe in here. There we go. And the instructions for it. This was something which I wanted to talk about a little bit. Is that it kind of depends on how do you really like this. I just kind of like put the kind of like a rule of thumb is that if you really want to have all your ingredients as kind of like if you want to have a little chew on them, I recommend to boil your potatoes and carrots at the same time. Whereas leek, celery, and the cabbage doesn't need that much time. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to first put our broth. Oh. I have a $30 income since my affiliate. Really have no idea where all that came from. I only have had like a few friends sub a couple times. So it's mostly about the ad revenue, I guess. Or because you are an affiliate, right? So there is no chance for... This is what I've heard. When you are affiliates, there is no way for you to kind of opt out on the ads. Am I right? Once again, you are this. Don't please get... Yeah, exactly, Cablo. And good Saturday for you as well. So I'm going to be the lazy ass today. Unfortunately, I do not have the bones, I don't have the meats, so we have to go with the good old lazy way of using Norse fondue chef. I'd wager we could manage with 1 liter. liter of water, marinated chili. I have never had info on Twitch running ads on my stream. Like, shouldn't it be seen on the chat or something? I'm not quite sure about that. I have no idea. I cannot answer that. There are those people that have their own systems that will provide the information for all the watchers that, hey, we are going to start the ads in like 30 seconds or something. Spending this weekend at at home, and my permanent homing date has been set to 2nd of September. That's really nice news, Cablo. So let's start. I'm not too fancy on how I cut my veggies. Some people like that they feel that there is something in their mouth, like whole potato or half of potato. I usually tend to make them quite small, so it cuts away from the boiling time. I think I should go make some breakfast now, changing to look mode. Alright. Just a little bit down, so you can see me cut my fingers. Enjoy. Oh. So yeah, I'm not going to make any variations today. I want to taste the kind of original. I have the bad habit of usually adding something else to everyone else's recipes. Yesterday I was like, okay, there's just a little bit of cabbage. I don't see why not. It wouldn't go well. But it is really an intriguing recipe. I do remember a few times in my past when I've eaten dill meat. No eggsifying the dish. I do have some few meats on the fridge, but I want to first taste how this goes without any kind of a meat. The first thought for me was that I could basically fine-tune this recipe to go with salmon. Oh man, I forgot the sour cream. Yeah, dill meat. So that was kind of like my first association to this dish itself as being a dill pickle soup. But when Iguana kind of gave the background for the pickles, they are kind of like a dill dill brine. So kind of like the same way that we do. We do as well. So this dish actually, in the original recipe, doesn't have dill, only from the brine and from the pickles. That's what I understood. But I forgot the sour cream. Well, it happens. Can we? Let's have a little look. Alright, so it's 1 for half a liter. Okay. So let's double this, because we have a little bit over 1 liter of water getting boiled. Maybe I could use the time when this is boiling to make a fire hazard. Fire hazard and run into the shop to get my sour cream. How do we want the carrots? Let's make it quite the same as our potatoes. I've been forgetting sour cream to like whole wheat. Must be some sort of a cosmical debuff. Yep. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, okay, I got everything. Nah, I forgot the sour cream. Okay, I'm gonna go and get it in the morning. It was a little bit stretched to get up from the bed. So when I got up, I just started to put my setup together. Goes into the same bowl. I'm going to go in first. Yeah. Alright then, I think we are going to get just a little bit of these. I want a little bit of the green pot. It was one whole leek in the recipe. Unfortunately, this is a little bit quite too large to go as one. It's going to be quite a leaky, leaky soup. Otherwise, so we are going to go with a handful of greens. And let's have just a little bit of... God, why there has to be plastic everywhere? Why do they need? That looks almost metallic gray on camera. Yep. I haven't touched the settings of my camera on OBS at all. So I think this makes a lot. It kind of like is. I seem to be vibrant and full of color, but everything else is a little bit gray. Put this here. Alright. It is a sad day today. I'm absorbing all the colors, yes. Let's put the easy way. To our water. Then we want to have a little bit of the metallic pot. Oh, does it make Higgs a flower? Let's put it like this. Then the original recipe had crumbles and grumbles. Half of a celery. So I think we are good with 2 pieces from this. When we are kind of like looking, there's potatoes and carrots. Hey, the carrots. Hold up, what's the got your knife you have there? I have 3. I'm gonna show these first. That is 1. That is the second. And that's the third, which I have. And to be completely honest, Cablo, these are really cheap knives. They wouldn't be in Finland. I bought these knives in 2018 or 2017. When not Temu, but what was the original China shop? Not Temu. Oh my god. Not Ali. It was what was it? Oh my god. What happened? Why am I? Oh my god. Where? Ew. Put it away. Why did my Twitch go away? Profile. Stream manager. Okay, it doesn't work from here. Start a tour, maybe later. I think someone has already. What? What is going on? Are you saying that my tablet is old? No. Are you saying that my tablet can't handle this? No. Oh my god, there are 6 people watching. Ooh. Maybe. Oh yeah, wish. Yes, wish. There it is. So I got these from Wish. My tablet is thinking. It's thinking, and okay, now I'm back here. So yeah, from Wish, I bought these knives 2017 or 2018, and with the delivery costs, these were 70 euros all in all. and I was really kind of what's the word, distrustful, not that skeptical that these aren't. Oh yeah, don't worry about the 1 hour break. I think I do not have the scene set up for that. So 70 euros for these knives, and they were marketed as Damascus knives. So Damascus knives are something that are quite valued around the world, and I was a little bit skeptic that these weren't ones. When I got the knives, and I went to a local blacksmith and kind of like showed the knives and could you just resharpen them? They were really sharp when I got them, but I really wanted to get nice sharpness to them. And I asked that what is his opinion on that. Are these really Damascus? And he said that they were. So I was like, okay, so basically I got, with the price of one knife, 3 knives. Our broth is starting to boil. What are we going to do with these celeries? Let's add them in 1 centipede length. It really was a great deal. Yeah, exactly. I'm still kind of like, I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. When a professional said me that they were, then that is just something I need to go with. Should we tip the cops? Don't you get my Damascus knives away from me! I want a few more. Let's put 1 more. More. Yeah, exactly. And the kind of like the quality of the knives. I haven't been the cleanest person in my life, so there might be, well, one thing for me is that kitchen is it is a holy place for me. So whatever happens around the apartment, otherwise it doesn't bother me that much. But the kitchen must be as clean as it can be at all times. But nevertheless, it happens from time to time when you forget your knives into the sink and whatnot. So I have just the basic stone, 600, 6,000 and 1,000 grit, so I can keep them kind of like maintenance. But for the past 7 years, I have taken these to be sharpened to a professional twice, and no problems at all. They don't bend, they don't get, they are just good as new as when I bought them. Could you show where the center? It's kind of like just in the handle-ish. Also, now that I'm on 27 monitor and not that small laptop monitor I have at the hospital, I can see that I have the same clothes rack from the IKEA as Hates. This one? Alright. Our broth is boiling. Time is up. Hakes is hurrying back. Alright, so let's put in. Almost forgot. Where is my bay leaves? There's the bay leaves. And in the original recipe, there was salt, black pepper, and bay leaves. I'm gonna add just a little bit of dill at the end. I'm gonna add 3 bay leaves. Yes, bay leaves. Oh, some creamy goodness. I want to add this. Waste none. Waste none. Let's put these into the fridge first. But I'll go AFK for a while now. Gotta get some breakfast and do some self-maintenance. Alright, see you later. Because waste none, I want to add this onion as well. It's basically the same as I would have just made the broth myself. So just a little bit of fine-tuning. Because I like my onions quite well. The onion, when you give it some time, and I mean a long time, it just turns really sweet. So I really do like to add onion as kind of like the first ingredient, whatever I'm doing. I want to, when I'm frying some meat and add onion in there, I usually want to fry the onion a little bit first, because when it gets to that point when it starts to caramelize, it gives such a good flavor into any dish. We don't need to worry about the cabbage. We're gonna make it quite thin. I was about to add a little bit of garlic as well. Fortunately, for not to modify the recipe that much, and unfortunately for me, because I really like garlic, this is the stem piece. Waste none. It doesn't matter how do I cut this. It is rough patch. So unfortunately I do not have any garlic. And fortunately, so I do not modify the recipe that much. In the meantime, I think I really will go and grab that sour cream, because my local store isn't that far away. I'm gonna just put these cabbages into the same bowl as celery and leek, and then we are going to have a little bit of a break. Just gonna put the broth and the veggies to simmer at kind of like mid temperature. And yeah, I'll be just back. Let's just try our best to, let's go touch portal, if I can. If it opens. And I'm gonna put down the brake toggle. See you in a bit. Ooh. Alright, so why didn't my brake toggle work in here? Okay, I need to go and do it. Ah! Wait! Every time! Ah. There we go. Right, I think in this we can now add, what was it, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because of all of those are all of the ingredients are a little bit too small in size. Let's add in the rest. Add in the rest, and in this we can add a few. Some people like to use the, I don't know what maustepipporilla in English, kind of like the, it does have a, I'm quite sure it has a different name than the spice pepper, but I'm using black pepper. What did I throw? 7 to 8? It's a little bit warm in here. Oh wow! My meter is saying it is 35 degrees. Sorry, 38. In Celsius, it is constantly, sun is shining on my window, so. Okay. We can add the lid here. And maybe I want to taste the salt first. Not bad, not bad. Just a little bit. And now we'll just need to... yo, what is up? What is up, Puzzle? Our soup is boiling. Soup is starting to boil. Now we have kind of like at least 15 minutes. Then I want to check in. I just added a little bit of pepper and salt to the soup. Not wanting to add too much because, well, there's the pickles that are going in still. So it doesn't get too salty. So now we are going to have. God damn it! I would really love to have the. Really love to have my microphone in there, but it is going to be 5 minutes to set up there, and then I need to get it back. So nah, we're gonna head. What a nice idea. Let's see if this works. So I'm doing this as I go. We have a soup live on the cam. Let's have a let's try this. So we can still so we can still monitor that our soup doesn't come up from the. Yeah, this is working nice. All right, I'm going to go back to the RS side. Yeah, I bet many people have had the same unfortunate situation as you, lady. Getting scammed on RuneScape when you was a little bit younger. Arcaders are good. Our carrots are good. This was a really quick one. So I'm gonna let's stop the heat or put it really low. Gonna take 1, 2, let's say 3 pickles. I'm gonna leave 1. Is there some brine in the bag? Unfortunate that I don't have my own. Maybe we can squeeze a little bit. All those microplastics. All those microplastics. There's a little bit of brine. Let's cut these in quarts. I have no idea how well you can see, but I don't have the tablet in here. Quarts. Roughly a centimeter. Oh, can't handle the knife. There we go. I think that is quite a good amount. Let's add this in. Oh, there we go. Let's leave it there for a while to rest. I'll hop back on the computer. Oh man. But yeah, I do think, Palladium, that is a good lesson learned for those people who have been in the same position. Oh yeah, let's have a... Ooh. Ooh, nice. Let's add a little bit of that Dill. Just a little bit. I don't want it to become kind of like the overpowering taste in this one. So what could I say? Maybe a tablespoon? I mean, not a tablespoon. What is the teaspoon? Yes. Dill is such a ingredient which really easily masks other flavors. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's easier to add in than to take away. So let's make it 2 teaspoons. Oh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. All right, so, what could we do now? I think I need to just let this simmer, but I do want to have a little bit of talk time. Or before I'm going to switch to the OSRS itself. Cooking. Let's go back here. Let's comma. Oh, I'm not live. There we are. What? What? What is going on? There we go. In short, you're making Russell neck soup. Is it pickly? It gives that good pickly taste in there. It's not that dominating, nor is the dill itself. I bet that this is going to be amazing with the sour cream. If I would want to add, well, for those people who want to make everything veggies, it is possible. But for me, I would, if I would add something to this dish, it wouldn't be fish. It needs to the meat broth together with the pickles and a little bit of dill. It kind of gives me a stroganoff feeling, but it's a soup. So what I would add into this, if I would add some protein, meat or whatnot, I would add pork, thin pork slices, and I would let it simmer so the meat itself is going to kind of like crumble in pieces. That is, ooh. Oh, just a sec. Dill pickle soup, Russian rasolnik. Okay, so that is the. Yeah. Yeah, and kind of like the in the original recipe, there was I could either grate the pickles in there, or I could slice them thinly. In this version, which I made, I wanted to kind of like all ingredients to be kind of like the same size. So if we go back here, where's my Twitch? Just want to see that everything is working. I'm gonna show the recipe. It's going to jump behind my back. So depending on your own tastes, I added 8 small potatoes. I added um, three kind of like mid-sized carrots in this. Like half of a medium leek. And from the celery side, it was kind of like quite big leaf celery. So I took a third of that one. So it kind of like has every ingredient quite the same amount. For the pickles were kind of like this size. So I added 3 into that one. And as I said in the start of the stream, I usually tend to have really clear instructions in the kitchen, as you can see here somewhere. It's kind of like a basic steps how to do this, but it is always when cooking, it is not about the recipe in a way, it is about what is your taste. So, for example, in the original recipe, it was kind of like instructed that you could add your carrots first. I do agree with that, since carrots are getting also in the same way as onions. Carrots are going to get the nice sweet taste in them the more that they are being cooked, as it goes with the onion itself. In this case, I wanted to have a little bit of chew in those, so they do not kind of like break into the broth itself. So the broth is going to be clear, and there isn't going to be any ingredient that has dissolved into the soup itself. What I could say for the price range for this meal, let's have a little. Let us have a little calculation session. So, if you think that my potatoes were roughly €1 per kilogram, the carrots were approximately €1.50 per kilogram. The leek was really costly. It was approximately €3.50 per kilogram. The celery was, god damn, I can't remember that. I need to take my recipes from now on. But I could say mushy carrot is no fun. Must have a little texture. Yeah, it is, but kind of like everyone has their own taste. So that is why I personally do not want to kind of like guide too much people when they are making food. It is just like, hey, there's all the ingredients that you would require. Oh my god, you can see it. It's there. And then kind of like give simple guidelines for people. If you want to have a mushy soup, some people do like it, that it has the broth is getting a little bit thick from the potatoes and carrots kind of like breaking down in there. And as well, if you want to have a little bit more sweet flavor, then the carrot should be a little bit overcooked. And the same goes with leek and onions. Onions were, let's say, €1. Celery was somewhere between €2.50. Leek was, yes, that was a little bit expensive one, and the pickles were roughly €5 per kilogram. Then let's do a little bit of math. I'm bad at it, but I'm good when it comes to the kitchen to give some kind of like estimates. 1 carrot weighs approximately what I used. Approximately 90 grams. So it's going to be, god damn it. 2.5. Yep. So that is going to be 25 cents. I'm sorry. Ooh. That was for the potatoes, not the carrots. Well, if you're gonna 25. Oh my god, I'm not so good at math. 1.5. Boo, 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 boo. What is going on? 1 point. There we go. So it's going to be what? Let's say approximately €1 for the carrots ish. And potatoes, I think we are going to get to the same, kind of same. That one is 35 grams. So we are getting at the same whole pot of 250. So that is going to be 25 cents. Why isn't my chat in here? Then what was the leak? Let's say it was half of the leak. Nah, it was a third of the leak. So we are getting something 100 grams. Come on. So that is going to be 35 cents ish. One celery weighs 30 grams, so I put 4 in there. So that is 120. So we are roughly at 25 cents ish. And what is a half of an onion? Approximately 75 grams. So I could say 8 cents, somewhere there. And for the pickles, approximately 100 grams a piece. I added 3, so it's going to be somewhere 150 area. So for this whole recipe, which I did, let's put this in here for a while. That is, there we go. So that cost us. Yeah, I need to. If you think about the meat broth, what could we add for the meat broth? One of those fondue chefs is like 2, 4. It has 8. What could we say? One of those packs. Let's say it's €5. I'm not gonna lie that much if it is €5. So it's going to be 6.25 per one. 6.25. Let's say. What is wrong with my calculator? So it's going to be somewhere like euro and 25 cents area. So you get the rough estimate. So the whole cost of this 2.5 liters of soup is somewhere estimated. It's 0.8, not 8. 25, 150, 125, 1. So we are at kind of like 4 or 5 euro ballpark with this soup. To add the creme fraiche in there, let's round it for 5 euros. That is the estimate. So it's not that that expensive. If you think the kind of like modern, the usual amount of what people eat per food, it is somewhere like 3 to 4 deciliters per person per meal. So if you have a 2.5, oh boy, you're going to eat that for many days. And how many eggs it feeds for how long? I could say I will eat that soup. I'm going to go and buy some rye bread at some point. So I would say I will eat from that for 2 days. If I eat only that. Did I miss something? What did I miss? Did I miss something? No. Salt, pepper. Oh! The most important. Just a sec. The most important. Fresh parsley. Oh, you can see it because of the green screen stuff. Let's add the rest to the soup. This is fresh from my backyard. Oh, I love how it looks. It has the orange carrot and the invisible parsley. And last but not least, a little bit sad. It's so metallic. Nah, the black void. A heap of the void to go with your soup. I need to take a picture of this. That is, nah, that is bullshit. So I can showcase this in the stream since everything is so black and white. But hey, that was the soup. How much did that take? A little bit, let's say, hour and a half. There was a little bit of babbling going on. So I'm gonna do next is we are getting back. I'm gonna close the stream from that one. I'll let the soup cool for a while, and while I'm waiting for the soup, I'll add, oh my god. I'm gonna blow my setup away and move to the streaming area. This is going to take a few minutes. All right, mic should be set up. Is it? Oh my god. Hi. It's working. Nice. All right, just a sec. Let's see what we are getting here. Oh my god. I need to. Everything. Oh, why do you do that? I need to reconfigure my whole sitting position. Alright. Then I think we want to have the cat. Not to show the void and metallic. Oh. Webcam. Webcam. Hello? I'm a little bit up high here. There we go. Oh. Something wrong with this. What is up with these settings? Why am I looking like that? Need to take this a little bit here. No. Need that. There's something horribly wrong with this. Jenny, woman, yes, yes. No. Better. It kind of works. What has happened with the lighting? There shouldn't be anything here. So where were we? Where were we? Alright, more detailed instructions. But I'm still... Maybe if I... It could be shitty as well. Alright, I think that's good. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. Alright, we here? Welcome back to the second half of the stream. In the first half we made... Ooh. Let's have a little taste. Some dill pickle soup from our viewer Iguana stream, who gave me the recipe and idea for this. Man. Holy shit. It's fucking great. It's awesome. Mmm. Oh my god. No, I cannot taste the void. I can taste. Where is it? Just a second. It's a really, really savory. It kind of like the. This doesn't even. The usual problem I face is that I'm a meat eater. But this, because of the meat broth and the kind of like acidity from the pickles, and now that I added the sour cream on top, it is how could I say it? The cream gives either a really smooth balance for kind of like the acidity. It provides both acidity, but on the other hand, it provides the kind of like roundness and smoothness for the brine. After you have kind of like mixed the cream and the rest of the soup together, it kind of doesn't look that appetizing. It looks like you have some, yeah, back again with the problem of the lighting, but it looks like it's whatever you put on top of it isn't that healthy looking, but the taste is oh man, really huge thanks Iguana for the recipe. This is something which I personally wouldn't have thought in like a million years. And this is why I do really love each and every kind of like country in the world, because they all have their own unique recipes. The food cuisine is it's really, really close to my heart. Doesn't matter what countries it is. Food is necessity for human. So when you get to, didn't expect you would like it this much. I mean, I was a little bit hungry before I started to make this. I didn't have any breakfast. So, well, the old going says, old going says that hunger is one of the best spices you could add. But I had my own little doubts because this is something which I have never kind of like thought. I use pickles in, let's say, stroganoff or some other kind of like sauces. I haven't put pickles in a soup, never before. And to add in to a meat broth with a dill as well. My opinion, there are only good foods. It just might have a little less or a little excessive amount of spices. I'm gonna change OSRS. OSRS Dragon Slayer 1. Ooh. I could add some meat to this. That was my first thought. But as it is, it hits the sweet spot. Chicken should be good, or beef. The chicken. Yeah, sure. I haven't. There has been many people who have said that to marinate your chicken quite well, do it in pickle juice. So why not? I could see myself putting chicken into this. That is a good soup as it is. But there's a lot of varieties that you can make from this as well. Hardcore Iron Man, Dragon Slayer. What do I want to tell to the people? Back to... I cannot say back to RuneScape. Because I've already played this for so long time. Dragon Slayer one time. Hardcore Iron Man. I can't say I've done this gameplay through completely blind. There has been certain times I've checked for the Wikipedia for things. There are a few quests which I've done with Quest Helper on, mostly on the free quest side. Because those are the ones which I've done the most. So I cannot say blind. Nah. Dragon Slayer one time, Hardcore Iron Man. Let's go slay that Randor. And I don't know, I cannot change this onto the YouTube side. Now that should be done. By the way, how are the sounds for RuneScape? Are they good-ish? I mean, I usually keep my volume a little bit down from here. The Dragon of Grandor. It's been so long I've done this quest. So kind of like backstory for me playing OSRS. As we talked a little bit little while ago, I do too have the same memories as Ladian. I got scammed so much in this game when I was just a young boy 20 years ago. Well, young. Well, I'm not that old yet. So most of my knowledge from OSRS comes from people around me. I haven't been playing this actively in many times, but now for some reason when I started to play the game itself, it kind of like stuck to me. I'm still kind of like thinking on Twitch, OSRS, equipment, because I really want to OSRS live loadout Twitch extension. Is it this? Because I want to keep the chat there. Show interactive info about equipment, collection log, inventory, combat statistics. Yeah, sure. Get started quiet. First install the Rune Lead clients and create a Twitch account. After installing Rune Lead client, add the Twitch live loadout login. There we go. I'm gonna put some coffee. That's it. Just sit. Because I really do like the chat availability. And by the way, we are still on a round pattern, not on front. External plugins are verified to be malicious, maintain box stability. Next, go to your Twitch account and add the OSRS Live Lowdown extension. Extensions and activate it as overlay 1. The extension OSRS Live Lowdown is now active on slot extension overlay 1. Gonna take a little while. Copy the extension authentication token from the setting tab in the configuration view. Okay. So just a second. Just a second. Oh, okay. That was easier then. Paste the copy token into the Twitch loadout setting. You copy Twitch. Finally, go to the Twitch live loadout side panel. How can I configure? Documentation, delete, login, do not share this. Finally, go to the Twitch live lowdown side panel on the right hand side. Okay, where should people be seeing this? Twitch. Does this show to you only? Now open the configuration view by clicking on the configure. Oh, you can see it. Alright, nice. Now I just need to... It should be available on the left side of the screen now. Cool. That was easy. And now it works. Yeah. So you can kind of check out from there, because I do really like the chat function in there, even though there might be certain things that aren't acceptable from certain streaming sites of the chat system, I really want to just keep it down there. And you have that. Yeah, I have some lobsters in my inventory, so people can just go there and see what I'm doing and how's everything going on. Just a sec, I'm gonna go and make that coffee. Alright, arvi kul. We have 42%. Maybe I will need to. Just to be sure.